Hi, I'm Diane Dayton, backstage at Berks, catching up with artists scheduled at the 34th annual Berks Jazz Fest. Find out about their shows and what's going on in their lives. And if you like this cast, please share it. Thanks for joining me. I'm catching up right now with the fabulous Mindi Abair. How are you, Mindy?
I'm doing great. It's so good to see you. And I always look forward to seeing you and talking to you around Berks. This is just, this is our natural habitat.
It absolutely is. And I'm so glad that you're going to be back in our part of the world in April. And
Yes.
yes, there's so much going on in your life, and we're going to talk about that too. But let's tell everybody where you're going to be. The first thing you're going to be at is the Chuck Loeb Memorial All-Star Jam, and that's that Thursday, and that's April 10th. Tell us about that. That's always a great thing, isn't it?
You know what? Everyone loved Chuck Loeb, and he was just this beautiful guy in all of our lives. He made great music, but I just remember him as this beautiful, beautiful guy that was so sweet. So it's nice for everyone to come together, and just play some music, celebrate him, have fun together. It just doesn't happen very often that you get so many friends together to play and play off each other. Usually we're all doing our own gig or we have one person that we're doing a show with. But these are really special moments that don't happen anywhere else. That it's special for us as the artists, but I think that really translates to the audience and just the whole experience of being at Berks. Things happen here that don't happen anywhere else, and it'll be super special.
Yeah, it is going to be super special. Another thing that's super special that you are a part of, there's a tribute to David Sanborn, and that's the following day on Friday, April 11th. That's a 6 p.m. show. That's
Yeah.
going to be amazing too.
I have to say, David Sanborn was a huge part of me coming up the ranks. When I was a kid, I watched MTV. I watched, I listened to pop radio. I had no idea what was going on in the jazz world. I just didn't grow up with that. And my father, who was so smart, he loved jazz. And he took me to a David Sanborn concert. So I could see it, and there's David Sanborn. He's this like rock star, but with a saxophone. So he's kind of like a lead singer, but with a saxophone. And it just changed my whole perception of me playing the saxophone. As a little band geek, I just thought, yay, I'm playing the saxophone. But he kind of made this light bulb go off in my head. And all of a sudden, I saw that all these lead singers that I aspired to be, like Tina Turner or the girls in Heart, or, all these
Yeah.
girls I was watching. Wait, I could do that with a saxophone. I could scream and emote. And he had a cool guitarist playing with him, Hiram Bullock, just getting into it. It really set the stage for who I became. So this is super special. David and I became friends, and he was always just a mentor and a beautiful person in my life. So this is very meaningful for me. And of course, we have Marcus Miller, who wrote and produced so many of his biggest songs. You got Ricky Peterson, who's been on most of my records as a keyboard player and was on a ton of David Sanborn's records. You just got some really amazing people who were a part of his world. Obviously, Alice, his widow, is coming in too. I mean, this is kind of a don't miss situation. This doesn't happen all the time.
It's really true. And those that are a part of this particular show have really been impacted by David and touched their lives just like you, just like
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Well, there's something that you're working on right now. I hear new music and I love this. Here is the title. We've got, let's see, based on a true story. Oh, do tell.
Yes. So I've just finished a new record, and this record is a lot of songs that have come about just through my travels and through my life over the past couple of years. It's changed so much in the last couple of years. I started a company with my husband, who's a wine guy. I got older and wiser and married a wine guy. I totally recommend it. But We decided to start our own company, wineandjazz.com. And just through the years, it's grown. And we always had our wine club, but now we take people on these trips around the world, our wine and jazz adventures, and we have so much fun. It's just opened up a different place for me. So all these songs I was writing came about, one is Sienna Sunrise. We were in Tuscany on our wine and jazz adventure, and the sun's coming up over this ancient city, and it was amazing. And, some of the songs are uh, more love songs, some of the songs are, about the travel. And so, I watched this music kind of take shape, and you never know what an album's going to be until it kind of takes shape. And that was the title that I really thought fit it. I'm living this kind of fairy tale life, but it's true. I'm
Mm.
doing it all, and I'm looking at it kind of from afar going, is this real? I mean, I'm in all these beautiful places playing music with people from Italy and Spain and France, and it's all coming into my world, and I'm a better person for it. So I just wanted to share that joy, and that seemed like the right title, based on a true story.
That sounds so exciting. And I think you said what, in June, perhaps we'll be able to hear this. Is that right?
That's what I'm thinking. We're working on the record's done, which is, the giving birth of all the new music, and it's been so fun. But we're working on the cover art and the inside and everything now. So give me a few months, that'll be done, and we can be all good with it. But there's some amazing people on this CD. Bobby Lyle, who
Mm.
literally hired me off the street in Santa Monica, 30 some years ago. He plays a song with me on this. Marcus Miller, who's doing our David Sanborn tribute, he's on the end cut, which is just like this crazy R&B, soulful. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just this, we
Yeah.
call it the rundown.
Oh,
It's almost
good.
like a car
Good.
chase
Yeah.
in music.
Right.
Kenny Lattimore is on it. And it was just a fun coming together of friends and life. And it became a nice fairy tale.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait to experience that. So tell us briefly too, the wine and jazz that you do with your husband, with Eric. How do we find out more about that? It sounds so exciting.
It is fun. I mean, drinking great wine and making music. I mean,
Doesn't
what's
get
better
much better, right?
than that for you, for me, for all of us. Our company has been kind of growing and just having fun taking people around the world on our adventures. You can find out about it at wineandjazz.com. You can go to my website, mindyabair.com, and on Facebook and Instagram at Mindi Abair or at Wine and Jazz Life. So we have a New Year's Eve event that we put on in San Diego. San Diego's always been just a perfect spot for me. It's beautiful. It's on the beach. So we're at the Lowe's Coronado Bay Resort. And we put on 3 days of wine tastings, food and wine pairings, concerts. So uh, Richard Elliott is headlining for us. I love Richard Elliott.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Marcus Anderson is coming in, DW3, who's a West Coast band, but they're just like the party starts and
Mhm.
ends with them. They're amazing. Pat Prescott, who's at uh, WGBO, I think now, but she was with CD 101.9 back in the day
Yeah.
in New York City. She was with the Wave in LA. So she's coming in to be our host. And there's just a bunch of great artists who are going to be involved. So go to mindyabair.com. You'll see New Year's Eve. And get some tickets. There's still some good packages available.
Yeah, that's
And for the adventures, absolutely. We're about to put one on sale for Portugal
ooh,
in 2026.
okay.
Uh, but we're doing Piedmont, Northern Italy this summer. And then we're doing another 2 weeks of Provence, France in the fall. Then we're going to do Sonoma, California
Hmm.
in next April.
Oh, that's
So those should be amazing. And it's a
yeah.
concert every day, and it's wine tastings and really amazing. My husband can open the doors to things that you and I can't as
Mm.
civilians. And it's just going to be incredible.
Yeah. What a great combination you have going on in your life, Mindy. This is
It
so
works
much
for
fun.
me.
It absolutely does. You've come so far and you're doing so many wonderful things. We were talking a little bit earlier how we kind of grew up around, each other and Berks and all of this. And Berks is a unique festival, isn't it? It's such a family affair there.
You know what? There's nowhere like it on earth. And look, I've played everywhere, but I have been coming to Reading to play Berks Jazz Fest since 1993.
Wow.
And I've just watched the way that, you know, everyone has come together for this festival. And it did start at the top. John Ernesto is just a saint and he's a beautiful guy and he had this amazing vision and we've all just, bought in to this amazing vision. And when a community comes together with artists, it's pretty incredible what can happen and the love and the passion and the care. I mean, every time I come, it's like coming home. And I think
Mhm.
everyone feels that, whether you've bought a ticket every year or whether you're one of us traveling in to play and see our friends. It's just a chance to be together and be a part of this community that I feel so strongly about. So it's super special for me, but I'm not the only one. Everyone else feels that
Yeah,
love too. It's super special.
it is. And there's a little bit of hang time between things. So you really get to relax a little bit too, which is
Oh
great.
yeah. Oh, actually, some of the hang time. I know we're playing the David Sanborn tribute at the Scottish Rite. We are doing a wine and jazz tasting right before that with our wines.
Oh.
So that was just announced a couple days ago. And we're going to put the proceeds to St. Jude's, which
Mhm.
helps, that's what David Sanborn wanted and what his widow Alice wanted.
Yeah.
So we're really giving back to something that David Sanborn felt very strongly about. So that's kind of cool. So you can kind of do it all. Come drink with us and
Yeah.
have, a wine pairing with my cork dork husband.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I always pair the wine with music. So you definitely get some a cappella
Mhm.
performances from me too. So you can make an evening of it.
Oh, I think so too. So we can go to berksjazzfest.com and find out all the information about both shows that you're going to be a part of and also about this wonderful wine tasting event too. Mindy,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for taking time today. It's always so much fun just to catch up with you and see what's going on in your life. And we're looking forward to seeing you and also to hearing the new album when that comes out too.
Yeah, wait. Can't wait.
Me too.
Thank you for having me, Diane. I love
Absolutely.
talking to you and just being a part of what you're doing. And I look forward to many more years of it.
Absolutely. Me too. Me too.
10 exciting days of concerts, jams, and more. Tickets are on sale now. For the latest artist, venue, and scheduling info, and for tickets, visit berksjazzfest.com.